I would like you to introduce CFE certification. CFE Cert is an independent auditing company accredited by UCAS and IAS, operating in many countries. CFE certification is a member of the British Education Accreditation Authority (CBT) certification service. CFE certification provides gap analysis, training, auditing, and certification services in many areas, such as information security, business continuity, IT service management, quality management, and personal data management systems. It is accredited by UCAS, IAS, and the CPD member, so you can follow up on our websites that will be shared at the end of the webinar. Now we're going to make an introduction, a brief introduction about our subject. Before that, I would like you to determine that we're going to take a little short quiz that we will give you a certificate after that. So your attendance is very important. In case you have any questions, please do not hesitate to disturb me. I'm going to be glad that receiving your questions during the presentation. Outline of this presentation is that green transformation and sustainability. How is a sustainable approach in the companies and in the industry? The main relationship between UN Sustainable Development Goals. Digital transformation is very important at that area. And what are the new generation approaches about this subject? So what is the place of the concept of sustainability? How is the relationship between quality and sustainability? And how is the integration between two important topics? Are sustainable projects understood correctly by industry stakeholders? Because there is a sustainability issue, very popular and very important. People are curious about that, thinking that what we will do to improve sustainability projects. And new generation approaches in sustainability will be the parts of this webinar. Actually, sustainability is an internationally accepted social goal that should be considered together in both production and consumption areas. The concept of sustainability is a shared consciousness. Before all that, it's a consciousness that requires ownership and the implementation of which is a set of processes that need to be planned and followed at certain stages. The stages can vary about the procedures, about the production area or consumption area, but consciousness is the main point of that. Green transformation is a main sustainable approach. Green transformation and the green growth strategies, which are created under different names, such as green economy, low emission, low carbon, and climate-resistant development plan, may vary depending on the political and institutional structure of the countries, the level of development, resources owned, and environmental effects. Among the most common targets used by countries are, before all that, its economic output, poverty reduction, employment, greenhouse gas and other pollutant emissions reductions, industrial growth, and which might vary in the way these are combined and over time frames. Be conscious of what you use and why while taking a sustainable approach. Trainings supporting the understanding of sustainability through meetings, through seminars should be follow up. Recycling and recyclable materials is very, very popular for nowadays because all the stuff and all the people are very used about consciousness in this area. Recycling, recyclable materials, be durable about consumption. This is very important. awareness of water consumption, the consumption of the resources. It's all about thinking on surviving on the earth and on the planet. So, first of all, we should be conscious of the sustainability issue about what we use and why is this consumption and what is it for. Purchasing energy and water efficient equipment, including regular maintenances, is another important subject. Digitalization and green transformation is another branch of sustainable approaches. Care should be taken to ensure that the infrastructure of companies is both usage-oriented and environment-oriented. Analyzing the energy for the purpose of energy saving and reporting the obtained energy data, controlling this data remotely, providing the lighting rate as per the need, remove control of warehouses and working environment conditions. So the compliance about sustainable approach, we should be conscious about what we do. About the quality and sustainability, as everybody knows, there are UN principles on that, Sustainable Development Goals. Quality by means of accreditation supports the implementation of Sustainable Development Goals. Should be operate competently, accurately, and efficiently for all those areas. So, what is accreditation? This is the key question, actually. What is accreditation? Accreditation is the key of that. It's a set of guidelines that determine how a company should operate competently, accurately, and efficiently. These guidelines include different standards, as global standards, ISO, ASTM, GB, or something like that. And accreditation is widely regarded as an indicator of competence within the industry. So how we will combine accreditation with our sustainable approach? So we should be consistent about what we do, but how is the relationship with accreditation actually? Now, on the following slides, we are going to discuss how we should combine each other together in our quality systems. Let us deeply examine the goals. As at the previous slides, actually, there are 17 Sustainable Development Goals of UN, and now we're at the number 2. What is number 2? It is zero hunger, food availability, and food safety. What does it mean actually? Inspection and certification are available at food and pesticide analysis. So our food resources should be convenient, and we should check our healthy resources about food. And following are the accreditation, food safety management systems, quality management systems of medical devices and medical laboratories is also related with goal 3, good health and well-being. Reliability of medical laboratory activities, especially nowadays, we were very familiar with a virus attack, COVID-19 case. So good health and well-being is very important for these antiviral tests. Standards about these is very important when we try to integrate quality and sustainability, because we should make a brief communication about the stuff and about the sustainability projects while taking a consciousness building about quality. After that, what is the other numbers of the goals mean for us, for accreditation? Actually, clean water, water resources is very important because due to climate change, actually, it will be much more important from upcoming days. Clean water and sanitation for goal 6. Access to clean water, water quality controls as water, pool water, wastewater, so that we should analyze the resources regularly. By thinking of reaching a healthy resource, we should make controls by means of that. So ISO 50001 energy management systems and accreditation of greenhouse gas verifying bodies is also related with the UN goal number 7, affordable and clean energy. Certification is essential for any company to prove that it produces clean energy. So the quality of weather, improve the area, sustainable area that we work, that we live. So we should check the resources, check the conditions we have, and combine it with the goals, actually, by means of standards. Besides that, from UN Sustainable Development Goal number 8 is decent work and economic growth. Protection of occupational health and safety, establishment of a suitable system, work area, and assessment of personal protective equipment. Accreditation of testing and calibration of laboratories is the main point is that because when we accredit our system and our equipments and our aims and quality procedures at first, it will be much more smooth case while taking an integration about sustainability and quality and make a smooth move our approaches about sustainability. Management systems also can be accredited because the management, top management team should also be conscious and also follow up the standards, regulatory requirements by means of sustainability. Products, service, and inspection organizations should be standardized. Goal number 9 is industry, innovation, and infrastructure based. The infrastructure of solidly built industrial establishments, transportation, resources, sewage, etc. Control of conformity assessments of new products, a quality infrastructure which is related with technological developments. For example, quality of cement, steel, and construction materials, assessment of soil analysis is an example of that. Following up the UN Sustainable Development Goals, it is number 11, sustainable cities and communities. Environmental impact of cities and communities, zero energy usage, recycling, and solid using recycle, renewable energy, more clean areas, clean buildings, energy saving operations is somehow related with that. Goal number 13 is again related with the subject. It is climate action. Assessment of greenhouse gas emissions and measurements should be followed up. So, related with accreditation of management systems, it is also ISO standard about accreditation of greenhouse gas verifying bodies. Environmental management systems, we are very familiar from the sector, from production sector, ISO 14001, and energy management systems while following these sustainable development goals. So we can combine each other, make a collaboration about our standardization in the system, accreditation of the system, and making a work with sustainable development goals in line. And we are very focusing on resources, and sustainable development goals also focus on the developments. Goal 14 is life below water. Seawater, that means seawater, underwater, the cleanness of the seas, the health of existing being microorganisms and all living things in these waters, the sustainability of ecosystem, it means. So accreditation of product, service, and inspection organizations during this area is very important to control, to test the life below water. So water analysis is very important. Wastewater analysis in the industry is also important to control the cleanliness of the water. Air quality is also important, and it's related with goal 15, life on land, soil, mountain, lake, river, freshwater resources, it's that. Measurement of air quality, sustainable agriculture, and forestry, because it's very important for surviving. Certification of the agricultural products is also related with goal number 2 about food resources. Organic agriculture should be actually encouraged. Good agricultural practice, global GAP regulations should be followed to make a more sustainable life actually. Integration of quality and sustainability is the main topic, and these are the main areas of the standards. For CFE certification, we have the accreditation for IAS about ISO 9001 quality management system. By the way, business continuity management system is related with ISO 22301. CFE certification is also accredited for IAS about this management system. Quality management system, environmental management, occupational health and safety. Once you need any assistance, we can inform you about our educations, our standardization about these topics as well under the facilities of CFE certification. So it was all about actually the data that we follow up about integration of partnerships for the goals. Sustainability is also about electronical data production, electronical data saving. So the world, which is increasingly digitized in line with technological development, contains faster, diverse, and large amounts of digital data than ever before. It is seen that the digital data produced worldwide has an exceptionally or exponentially increased from year to year. Attributable to the person generating the data should be legible and permanent, and original records or certifies of true copy should be covered, should be recorded very smoothly, and data must be accurate. So sustainability in electronical data is very important for digitalization. These are the characteristics of the data, how the data should be. Data has a life cycle, as everything has a life cycle, data has a life cycle too. So how the data's life cycle be? It should be complete. Data must be complete actually, consistent, self-consistent. It would be durable, must be enduring, durable, sustainable throughout the data life cycle. And data must be available, life cycle should be available for audit or for review purposes. And everything should be recorded at the backside. Data should be reachable and a life cycle. A traceability is very important at data. So in addition, data governance measures should ensure that throughout the data life cycle, we should follow up follow-up importance of the data. Calculations and data transfers shall be checked in an appropriate, systematic manner. Audit trail functionality should be verified during system validation to ensure changes and deletions of critical data related to each manual activity should be recorded, comply with data integrity principles. Actually, the use of up-to-date systems should be encouraged because data is very important. We should care about it, and we should take all the preventative actions about that. It is necessary to use validated software. Software is very important at the backside. Cloud systems, as we are very familiar, need to be verified for data transmission and data loss. The recycling policies should be questions, and reducing hard copies of documents is very important actually. Double-sided usage of printers, auto adjustment should be supported at the sustainability of electronic data. So we should reduce the consumption of paper, for example, in these areas. How should we make better rules to digitalize? The policy towards reducing paper consumption can be assessed, as I mentioned. Energy-saving approach is very important, and intelligent storage systems is important to be used on our company, on our production sites, on our lives actually. Due to storage of the data, there should be a very, very important sustainability issues. So integration of quality and sustainability about information security systems are, we face on ISO standards. CFE certification have the accreditation for those standards from UCAS and IAS. So information technology, security techniques and standards are the main focus of CFE certification. We hold seminars about that, about informing the standards to make the conscious of you about these standards. And from your company, from your organization, if you need any assistance, any accreditation services, our team will be glad to respond to you about these accreditation services in details. Because when we have the data sustainability, also we should have the accreditation, how we should collect the data, how we should collect back this data securely. So security management is very important on data because it's not a solid thing actually. We cannot manage it with ourselves only. So it should be managed on the backside professionally and very, very strictly. Integration of quality standards and sustainability is mainly related with UN goal number 17, partnerships for the goals. So it is all about the standards. You can refer and check for ISO website for all standards. So quality, as we may know and we may be familiar, is about standardization and accreditation. That is where the main point, sustainability, reaches quality. Because when we reach the quality on our systems, it will be much more durable, and sustainability is also related with this durability. So the company, the facility should have firstly a quality management system. Then sustainability goals will be coming besides that. Yes, new generation approaches in sustainability. So we have the production facilities, we have our own lives, and we have a footprint on this earth. For example, water footprint, it's about environmental management. The water footprint of an individual community, or business is defined as the total volume of fresh water that is used to produce the goods and services consumed by the people, by the community, by the business, by the company. So we should calculate our water footprint about standards. So water consumption is another branch of sustainability, and we should take the responsibility to control our footprint about it. Water footprint is another standard about new generation approaches. It would be much more common nowadays. It is newly, but much more common in production areas. Water footprint will be calculated and will be more important due to climate change during the earth, on the earth actually. It will be getting more important nowadays. Rather than water footprint, we are more familiar to carbon footprint, carbon consumption. It has an ISO standard as well. Carbon footprint is the total amount of greenhouse gases, including carbon dioxide and methane, and that are generated by our actions. Because our each movement has an action, and has a greenhouse gas consumption on the earth resources. So it should be actually measured and defined with standards. Carbon footprint for a person, for a community, again, and for a company can be calculated. Also, carbon footprint of a product for traceability is also measurable, and systems are developing day by day about measuring these important points related with the resources of the earth, actually. About the sustainability, it is recycling. We are familiar about this. Renewable energy, upcycling and downcycling is almost new for the industry. Recycling describes the breaking down of discarded items into new materials that manufacturers used to create new items. For example, recycled fibers, recycled polyester on textile industry. Recycling is just gaining the waste, actually. Upcycling, on the other way, goes one step deeper to make a new usage area for waste materials. It's a transformation. For example, plastic bottles and cans can be a new household, or old tires became flooring material for a gym, as an example. Upcycling is about one step deeper, making a new product, making a new area, about the waste, about the reduces, actually. So downcycling is reforms the production into a lesser quality materials, retake, make, and waste. So this circularity is important when a new generation approach is followed for sustainability. Circular economy, we may be familiar about the industry, this topic. Circular economy is an opportunity for more sustainable products. Circular economy brings more sustainable solutions where products are in long usage time, materials are reused to manufacture new products. While surviving on our planet, circular economy is very important, and the principle of this economy should be followed. I would like you to have a look at the following slide, is new generation approaches in sustainability. Yes, circularity is all about keeping products and materials in the loop. View the contents of the products as valuable resources, never be discarded. Make sure the product is safely recycled at the end of its usable life. Choose of a product that is designed to be repaired, upgraded, and refurbished, and make sure to use it for a longer time period. Yes, the consumption is the center of this circularity. Make sure to use the sources for a longer time period, actually. Even adding another year gives more sustainability benefits. When the product no longer fits your needs, consider if someone else might find it useful, actually. Sell it or donate to charity. So the circularity is kind of how we can find a way to gain a usage, not consuming directly, taking the usage advantage. By having familiar with these new generation approaches, it should be clearly defined with quality and accreditation. But there is a risk. There is a risk about sustainability and our minds. It is greenwashing. Maybe you have heard about it and you may be familiar about it. Greenwashing is the main risky area of sustainability. It is risky and it is disadvantageous when these goals are not followed with your actions, not identified with your results. A greenwashing disadvantage may occur. When companies do things that are harmful to the environment, while saying that they care about climate change, actually, it is called greenwashing. The International Consumer Production Enforcement Network recently analyzed approximately 500 websites and found that up to 40% of environmentally friendly claims, actually, friendly claims that that is not real. That is not real. So in the reality, we should act what we do. This means that greenwashing is a common issue, but how do you spot it in the first place? How we're going to manage the greenwashing, actually? There will be a misleading customers and misunderstanding of the subject. So accreditation and servicing is important at greenwashing area too. Here are some certificate examples and some remarks about verification, actually. Here is a list of some green certifications that the UK recognizes. Leaping Bunny, which means that the product has not been tested on animals. B Corp, Carbon Trust, Fair Trade, Forest Stewardship Council, FCS, the product is made using sustainable or responsibly managed wood sources. So we will check for these remarks on the products we have. As consumers, we should also prevent greenwashing, and brands, commercial brands should be aware of the importance of greenwashing, because while saying that the products are sustainable, how they manage it, how they show it, it is again showed with certification. Certification is very important at sustainability, because accreditation and certification just follows your production, accredit your production during standards. It is important, yes, certification and these remarks are very important in the industry. So how should the management can act with the staff, with the people? Target-oriented and risk-based approach should be followed by the management side and by the working staff, actually. Activities should be monitored with risk assessment studies at regular periods. The inputs to management review shall be recorded. Fulfillment of objectives, sustainability of policies and procedures, Adequacy of resources. The risk assessment procedures should be analyzed and just be aware of strategic planning. Management objectives should be in line with the aim of quality procedures and sustainability. So making a good organization, the top management review is important at that stages. Continuous improvement culture also encourages our actions on sustainability and quality. Participation of the staff is important. Fair and transparent approach, resource allocation, implementation and monitoring what we do, what the system requires. So providing management support, collaboration of staff. It's important to make a continuous improvement culture because sustainability actually leads a durable, more standable systems, more accredited about standards. So in this area, a continuous improvement culture should be encouraged in the authorities, in the systems that we use. For the quality and sustainability projects, it was the main topics that I want to share with you about CFE certification. In case of any questions, we can always help you to discuss, to make your conscience much more about it. CFE certification services can be reachable via email and on websites. You can follow up CFE certification on Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, we can reply your questions indeed. And when you need any education about those standards, our team will be glad to inform you. And if you have any questions, I can quickly inform you once you need. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for your comments, actually. I'm reaching your comments and questions. The presentation, yes, I hope the presentation is useful for you. And we have a little quiz. After that, after the quiz, you will have the certificates. The certificates will be shared by after the webinar. Thank you for participating. Yes, presentation sharing will be available. We're going to check. If any other unclear points, you can also message us. We can inform you once you need. Thank you for participating. Thank you.